Hey everyone, how is it going? My name is Ai, and in this video, we'll go through together to set up a Calendly account, and I will also show you what are some of the automations and workflows that I personally use to actually increase my show up rate, or some would say the turn up rate. If you are not so familiar with Calendly, basically it's a scheduling tool, and it's actually one of the best scheduling platforms out there that has a lot of functions with integrations and apps and all that good stuff. Alright, so let's dive right into it. The best way to actually sign up for Calendly is to sign up with Google or Microsoft. After you have signed up, you just have to complete this short survey, okay, and what kind of work that you do, and then we are straight into the front page. And by default, since we have already signed up using our Google account, Calendly actually help us to connect to the Google Calendar and also Google Meet. Okay, so by default we have Google Meet, okay, with as our video conferencing, and Google Calendar as our calendar. If you have any other calendars, just click add another over here. Alright, and if you don't see you don't see this page over here, no worries. You can come to the left side, which is the default menu, and you want to click into integration and apps. From here you can actually select the calendar if you want to link it to your Outlook, iCloud, Exchange calendar, or other video conferencing apps like Zoom, Microsoft Teams. So for this example, I'm going to stick with Google Calendar. So let's head over to our Google Calendar, and over here we want to ensure to block out the times that we are unavailable for our meeting. Take for example, for me, in the mornings, I will want to actually focus on my work, and so I have this thing called the focus work hours. Alright. I think before that you also want to have a mental time frame of what is our working hours. So say it's like 9 to 9 for me. Okay, it's sometimes I take calls at the very late hours, so for me it's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I want to actually block out time within that working space, alright, my meeting time. So to actually add a calendar, you can just click on the block beside the time that you want to block out the time. And then for me, I'm going to put like deep work. Okay, this is actually around 3 hours time. So once you have that done, you can actually have a repeat, put it on repeat. And then for me, I'm actually going to put on repeat from Monday to Friday. Alright, and after you have done that, you can feel free to change the color. Then you click save. Here you can see, okay, it's already blocked out. And then my next hour will be lunch time, and then followed by an hour for sunset. Yep, that's the time when I am not available because I want to see the sunset. And then we have the time for dinner, right? And that means that for the rest of the hours, I'm actually available for calls up until 9 p.m. Okay, so if you have any other times that you are unavailable, just remember to come in here to add a calendar, as it will be synced to your Calendly account. So once we have done that, okay, you can come back here, and then next we want to actually set up the video conferencing. So since we already have Google Meet, now we can focus on Zoom. So I'm going to select Zoom for myself. You'll log in. Alright, so I have already set up my Zoom, and then you'll be redirected to this Zoom setup page. And now what we want to do is, okay, we can actually follow this over here as well. Next, we want to actually set up the hours, availability hours, and things like that. So you will want to go to event types, and you want to click into the default. So by default, you have a 30 minutes meeting on your account. Anyway, by default, you will also have a 15 days trial. So the trial period actually has some of the advanced features that the free version doesn't have. Okay, we'll actually take a look at it later on. So now we just click into this 30 minutes meeting, and from here you're able to actually customize the event details, scheduling settings, and things like that. So first of all, do note that every single thing that you actually enter here, after you are saved, it will be updated on this page. So we'll go ahead to change the name of the meeting. So okay, we are helping me to actually set up a 30 minutes strategy call, right? And it's actually a 30 minutes call. If you have a call that is more than 60 minutes, go ahead to actually customize them over here. So either by minutes or by hours. So very straightforward. Hours means that it's a whole 1, 2, 3. If it's like minutes, you can have 1 hour, 30 minutes. So it will be 180 minutes. So just count as such. And next, you want to choose where's the location that your meeting will be held. Is it going to be Zoom? Is it going to be on call, in person? Or you can actually ask the invitee to choose the meeting, right? So for me, because I'm going to be meeting people around the globe, so I'm going to choose Google Meet as my personal preference. If let's say you want to have 2 different settings, you can also have Google Meet and Zoom, or Google Meet, Zoom, and Microsoft. Okay, for this example, we're just going to stick with Google Meet. Next, you want to actually put in description. So description will be actually added right below the title of the event. So over here, I have a text that I have copied. Okay, that I'm actually going to add in here. Feel free to also design this, like, if you want to highlight, or you want to put some cursive, things like that. Every single thing is customizable. That's why I like to use Calendly, right? And then you save and close. So next, you want to set your scheduling settings. Over here, I like to, since it's a strategy call, I will be mindful that they are actually from cold leads to warm leads. In that case, I'm not going to be offering a long period of time for them to book. I'll open my booking window from 3 days to 7 days. Okay, so this is just to make sure that for us, it's easy to manage our time. Also, another benefit is that we can make sure that the cold leads, can be always communicated within the next few days. So go ahead to change to 7 calendar days. If let's say you're a coach or consultant or agency owner and you have clients that you're servicing that already are in your pipeline, then yeah, you can change it to 30 days, right? Because maybe they are signed up for a monthly package. Next, you want to click into the available hours and click on the pencil icon here, and you want to actually change your working hours. So remember, when we actually set up our Google Calendar, we were actually thinking what is actually a time frame, right? So for me, it's actually 9 to 9 p.m. for the strategy call. So I'm going to go ahead to schedule it all the way. So instead of just crossing everything, you can just copy and paste. And then you just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Okay. And then, very important, you want to change the time zone here. So I'm actually in Singapore time zone. Okay, this is to make sure that we have the correct time zone of the available hours for our calendar. And once you're done, also remember to click save and close. Now when we actually go back to refer back to our calendar, we'll be able to see that we have the hours, right, from only 12 to 8:30, because that's the time that I set, right? So this is why it's actually synced to your calendar, okay, your original Google Calendar. Next, under event limits, we want to actually set, do you want any buffer time? for before and after your event, and do you want a minimum notice? For me, actually, I put in minimum notice of 3 hours, okay? But you can also put 12 hours, for example, to just ensure that people don't book on the same day. And then you can also set up like a daily limit of calls that you take a day. And then under additional option, time zone display just says that whenever your invitees is actually looking at your calendar, it will be converted to their time zone automatically, which is pretty cool. And then we have the next one is start time increments. So I don't mind it's 30 minutes because my call is 30 minutes. So this means that the calendar, the timing here is actually going by 30 minutes interval. If you have a 1 hour time, 1 hour call, and you don't want to have like a random meeting at 12:30, then I'll propose like 1 hour. Okay. The next one is booking page options. So event link, here you can actually customize your links. Under the free version, you can actually have one calendar booking per account for free. If let's say you're thinking of signing up, then you can actually create a lot of different pages, different calendar links. So this is a very good indicator for you to know what type of calendar event that you actually sent out to your invitees. So for us, I want to put in 30 dash strategy. So whenever that I see, when I send a link, I know that, okay, I'm actually sending a 30 minutes strategy call. Under booking form, this all can remain unless you want to change to first name or last name. This is also available on this field. For me, I'm just going to stick with the name. And then I want to click into the question. So you can actually add more questions. By default, they actually have the name, email. They can allow other guests. They can also have a question where they can actually share anything that can help us to prepare for the meeting. You can actually ask a consent questions. So I have something also, let me paste it here. By booking this call, I understand that I must cancel or reschedule at least 12 hours in advance. Okay? And then the answer type, you want to change it into checkbox. So this is how it looks like, checkboxes. And then I agree. No other options. And then you save it. And lastly, you can actually choose after the booking to display Calendly confirmation page, or you can redirect them to an external site. So an external site could be a page for your testimonial or a YouTube page, something like that, to actually just give them even more information about you and more incentive to look forward for the meeting. Okay? And once you have done with that, you can actually save and close. So far, let's have a look at our preview. You can click on here, view live page, and then you will see this is how overall it looks like. Let's say we want to book a call. You can see that just now we have the name, email with as a required field, and then we also have this as the required field because there's an asterisk over here. Then they can click agree, right? So looking pretty good here. The last one, let's go to communication. And over here, you can actually see what are some of the notification you want. And this is very important because we want to make sure that we follow up with them before our meeting. This is how you can actually increase the show up rate, increase the turn up rate. Alright, so immediately after the booking, we have the calendar invitation sent to them. We also want to switch on the email reminder. So the email reminder by default is 24 hours before the event. Alright, so for this part over here, you do want to actually take note what are how many days your events is actually open, what is the minimum hours that people can actually book. So you have to really work backwards and think about that. Because I have 7 calendar days, 7 days open up for them in the future. I don't mind the first email to be 24 hours before the event. Okay, And next, you can also switch on text. For our example, I'm not going to switch on, but this is also a possibility as well. This is also another way that you can increase your show up rate. Okay, but I'm pretty sure you have to, you have to pay for the credits. The next one is actually email follow-up. So I will actually skip this because email follow-up is when it's after the event has ended. Okay, so we'll add more. Instead, what we want to do is we will add more workflow. So go ahead to save first, and then let's head to where we can actually set up workflow. So on the front page, you want to click into workflows, and then over here you want to go all the way to email reminder to invitee. So you want to click into use workflow. Alright, and under here you want to select under which event type to apply to. Please click on your 30 minutes, your calendar that you want to apply to, and then you can actually click save. Then we want to actually add a new workflow. So we're going to add 2 more workflows actually. To invitee. Okay, say 4 hours before the meeting starts. Oh, sorry, this is actually to the host. I just saw this email reminder to the host. So let me go back. Okay, I will change this to adding to host and add action. Okay, send email to invitee. Alright, we have to copy and paste our template, but we can also select from the template here, click into that, and then you click on reminder, and then you can say this. You can change this to we can actually stick this first for 10 hours. Okay, include the cancellation and reschedule policy. Then we save. Okay. And then now we want to add another workflow. Email reminder to invitee. Select the event. Rename the workflow to, just now we sent a 10 4 hours. So we can actually set a 1 hour, and then make sure that you actually edit, change to 1 hour before the event starts. Looks good. And then over here, we can change to reminder event name with what at what with what in 1 hour. In 1 hour. Okay, I'm gonna just remove the policy now. Okay, I'm removing it because rescheduling, we actually mentioned 12 hours, but of course it's up to you. You can also put it in. Some people just last minute they couldn't make it, but what they can do is also they can send us an email, but to be honest, I prefer to put it there, so then I can just look at my calendar and see if they are confirmed to come, so I don't have to actually look over at my email. Okay, and the last one that you can actually set up is actually to put in last reminder 15 minutes before. So I promise this is the last step, but the more workflow, of course we don't want to put like 10 notification to our invitee, right? But we want to send this much, so to ensure that they have notification. I mean, we wouldn't know if the person are very, very busy, so we want to just make sure they actually receive it. And the best way to actually send them notification is either by email or SMS, right? So some people or some agency actually uses phone call. They hire people to actually call them, or they for us we are also thinking of setting up an AI caller to actually call the person, right? So email is, to be honest, is one of the way, but there are also a lot of other ways that you can also remind your invitee. So we have 15 minutes, and then we just edit the is in 15 minutes. Okay, alright, and that's it. I'm gonna keep it here, and there we have it. We are all done for all the workflows. Alright, so we have the workflows that are very important to send it out to our invitee. Okay, now we also want to make sure, oh, I think I missed out one. Oh yeah, we also want to make sure that we have it. So if you want to send it to yourself, please remember to also send it to yourself. For me, I don't need it because I'm always looking at my calendar. So but if you want, you can just follow this example over here to send an email, basically just adding in an action and then clicking it, okay, over here, add action and then send email to host. Alright, last but not least, I think we have checked off most of the pages. Before we can share, we can also our guide will help me to actually customize, so you can actually follow along, customize my Calendly account. So let's head over to branding. Okay, if you click onto the top right hand corner and you click into branding, over here you can actually add in your logo. So if you have any logo here, feel free to add it in and it will display on your Calendly booking. Alright, so then you can actually go into profile. Under the profile, you also want to change the time zone to your own time zone. I think that's probably the first thing that we could do, but you can also change your time format or date format here as well. Okay, and so we have come to the last part of the basic setup. Now we can actually preview and share the booking link. So to actually do that, we just need to click into here, copy link, and that's it, right? And then if you go here, the new one, you will see that our Calendly, it's done. Yay! Okay, and before, one last thing, I know I said it a few times. Now, in order to actually help you to book a call efficiently, sometimes you're on a call with someone and you want to or you're actually talking to someone on in person, and then you want to actually help them to book a calendar on that for them. What you can do is to actually just download this Chrome extension. So of course the Chrome extension is only for if you are using a laptop, right? And what you can do is to just add in to your Chrome or your web browser, and you just need to sign in to this extension. And over here you want to click share event types. Click on share event types and automatically you will be able to see your call over here. Okay, so if you want to share the link to someone, you can click here. Let's say you're on a random page like this, you can actually just click on the extension and it will open up your calendar. So if you have a lot of different events, this is very easy for you to just copy the link straight away, or you can just view the live page, or even so to book a meeting directly, right? Just by clicking a button. So you can actually just click a meeting from here, you can see, right? But because of the information that we required from and also like the consent, I will usually share it with the person and then ask them to book a time with me instead. So I've come to the end of the video. I hope you guys find this useful, and if you need any help, just leave a comment down below and I'll reply to them. In any case, take care till we talk again next time. Blessings.